There's no better fly for catching multiple fish species during any time of the year than the Clouser Minnow. Start out with a size 6 saltwater style hook. Tie your Clousers to match the prey species in your area, but err on the side of smaller and more sparse than big and bulky. Get your thread started about a 1/4 inch behind the hook eye and add a dab of super glue to create a foundation for the set of brass barbell style eyes. Manufactured in Mitchell, South Dakota. Hold the eyes across the top of the hook and make 3 securing wraps towards the back over the center portion of the eyes. Then mold the eyes to fit in their proper position before adding 3 more forward wraps crossing the 3 wraps from before. Then make alternating wraps to lock the eyes into place. You may find it beneficial to bring some thread wraps around the underside of the eye as well to help solidify their position on the hook and prevent future spinning. Coat these thread wraps with some super glue and make sure the thread ends up just behind the hook eye. The body is made of bucktail. Find a good solid section of straight fibers from the tail, a bit smaller than the diameter of a pencil, and trim them off. Clean out any butt ends and underfur before measuring for length. Mine are typically going to be 2 to 2.5 times the length of the hook shank. Trim the deer hair fibers to be flush with the hook eye. When tying them onto the hook, hold the butt ends of the fibers angled down so that the tips touch the top of the hook shank. With a loose thread wrap, grab the tips of the butt ends and bring your thread wraps back over the remaining material. While still grasping and pulling the bucktail rearward with a pinch, bring your thread under the eyes and over the top of the bucktail, just on the back side of the eyes, and make 3 light to medium tension thread wraps to secure it into place. If you make these wraps too tight, it will splay out the bucktail fibers and make for a really interesting looking Clouser minnow. Grab 2 strands of silver angel flash or lime crystal mirror flash. Either will work well. Zip line these onto the thread and wrap them down on top in front of the barbell eyes. For the wing material, I'm going to add a tuft of marabou. Grab a good quality marabou feather and preen one side of the fibers to even out the tips. Then grasp the fibers while also holding onto the stem and pull them down and away to separate the two. Turn the marabou fibers around in your hand and bring them to your hook for measurement. Trim the tips so that the marabou is flush with the eye of the hook. While holding the butt ends of the fibers, pull the tips apart in the middle and fit them over the exposed hook point. Then, grab the feathers with your other hand and use your thread to capture the butt ends behind the hook eye. Make sure you cover all the fibers at the nose portion of this fly before adding a whip finish and trimming your thread. It's one of my favorite variations, especially in the spring for walleyes and white bass. Finally, add a light coating of super glue or UV epoxy onto the nose and at the underside of the barbell eyes and on those thread wraps holding down the white bucktail body to make everything secure. Too much glue will change the way your fly swims in the water, so add it sparingly. This fly will catch every fish that swims, in freshwater or salt. Fill your box with some Marabou Clousers and get a hold of your local fly shop if you need the tying materials to get them done. Call or email Lori if you need to restock your gear or if you're looking for a new supply of the best tying materials in town. Go to hagensfish.com to get the process started. Want to show off your tying skills or learn with great fly tyers from all over? Check out Fly Tying University on Facebook. If you love hearing your grandpa or your dad telling fishing stories, make sure you record them on your phone and send them in to the Fish Stories archive at fishstories.org. It's free and you'll be able to listen to their voices whenever you want. Thanks for tying along with Larva Lace. Here's to tight lines and flies that just catch fish.